You're listening to the Beer Coasters Podcast, the #1 self-absorbed beer show. From coast to coast, and every once in a while, in between.
Hey, I'm Dylan, brewer at Cape Ann Brewery, and you're listening to the Beer Coasters.
My name is Charles Finkel, and I'm the founder and the president of the Pike Brewing Company here in Seattle. I'm glad to be on the Beer Coasters. Blah, 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 I'm a beer, damn it!
This is part of our Dumb and Dumber IPA show. And the second beer we are trying is the Lagunitas Hop Stoopid Ale. Like how I say stupid?
Well, it's got two O's, so you kind of have to say it like that. Stupid. It's stupid.
Stupid. Speaking of stupid, there's a stupid amount of hops in this beer. It's also a double IPA, or considered one. It's 8% ABV. All kinds of different varieties of hops, although I could not find any of them for you. They used a lot of different varieties and packed them all in there to make this beer.
There, it says right there on the label.
Yeah.
102 IBUs for you.
Yeah. There you go. 102.
102.
For you.
For you.
So let's crack it.
All right. I think I've had this one.
You
Shout
have
out
had this one
to
before?
Shout out to Chuck Kessin. No, I think I've just had it. I've had it before. I want to give a shout out to Chuck Kessin, my old manager from Vegas. This is one of his favorite beers.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. So this is Lagunitas Brewing Company out of Petaluma, California.
Been there.
Which seems like I don't know, to me, maybe I just don't know Northern California well enough, but Petaluma to me sounds like that's where, like, this north of San Francisco, right? So it's like Marin County area. So it just reminds me of somewhere, like, it's an older group of people, got some money, living in kind of a nice, like...
Yeah, it's wine country.
Yeah, and... I don't know. It seems kind of odd for a bunch of stoners to be brewing in the middle of that. But then again, it's Northern California, so
yeah,
I don't know. Anyway,
hey,
no offense, Lagunitas. I know you guys wouldn't take offense to me saying that.
all those yuppies got to have some sort of rebellious kids, right?
Yeah, that's right. And they started a brewery.
So the color on this one is almost identical to the Idiot.
I think it's even more clear, though. I mean,
yeah, it's very clear.
maybe it's just my glass that I had. The difference. I don't know.
It's actually leaning more towards an orange gold. It's a little darker, slightly darker than the Idiot. And I got about, I don't know, quarter finger of head now, and I'm using my Lagunitas mason jar.
There you go. I already used that one, so I'm using my Sam Adams. What do they call it? Sensory lager glass.
It's because it's stupid.
It's so stupid.
Shout out to
got about
Tiffany.
a finger ahead, and it's just hanging out. I mean, it's like a soapy, frothy head, and mine doesn't want to go anywhere.
The wife just creeped in.
She heard we were getting hop stupid.
She could smell the hops through the door.
Probably.
So, speaking of which, on the nose.
It's hoppy. Oh, so now this is more of that dank, fresh weed kind of smell.
It does have that dank, but I'm also getting a big maltiness too. Like there's
such a hop funk to this.
It has like a stank to it.
Yeah, it's so different. You remember how tropically fruity the Idiot was compared to this?
There's a little bit of like a tropical Or there's definitely a big fruitiness, but there's also like a berry kind of, like a wild berry kind of something.
Mm.
But yeah, it just has that stank, just earthy, like,
Funky, skunky pineapple.
yeah. Maybe some like peach or apricot or something.
Yeah, definitely the apricot's coming through.
It smells bigger than the idiot. Like, it just smells like it's gonna.
That's our quote for the night. Smells bigger than the idiot. Thank you. Good night. We're gonna end on that. Join us next week, Wen.
Ooh,
I gotta take a sip.
I'm getting more fruit. Like, other fruit is starting to pop out now. Wow.
Taking a sip, yeah.
See, I get a lot more of the malt
Yeah.
flavors when I take a sip than I did with the idiot.
Yeah, this has a thicker mouthfeel, and it's not
A bit smoother mouthfeel.
Yeah, it doesn't have that super dry aftertaste and like tongue tingling hoppiness that the idiot had. This one feels more like not that the idiot doesn't feel like an imperial, but this one
I think it's just a different kind. Where this is that damp, funky ness. The other one was a bright, fruity.
Yeah, it's the
version.
difference between Southern and Northern California.
Maybe.
Well, plus I've said it before about Lagunitas. They have this signature something about them, and I call it their nectar. And that's what I always get whenever I drink a Lagunitas beer, and it must be the yeast strain that they use or something, but they all have that kind of, you're drinking a Lagunitas beer.
Yeah.
Same
to me,
with
that's
Anderson Valley.
has that with their whatever that the maltiness that they have, or
It's
whatever
one
it
of
is.
those,
There's that buttery smoothness. Buttery in a good way, though, not the...
Same thing with like New Belgium. You drink a New Belgium beer, you can tell that it's, aside from their collaborations that they do in Lips of Faith and stuff like that, but their standard New Belgium beers they all have that same kind of essence, and that you just kind of know that you're drinking.
And I appreciate it, that kind of stuff. It's almost like giving the beer a little signature.
Yeah. Whether or not it's on purpose, I don't know. I think that's really cool. And it's one of the things I like about Lagunitas is they have that.
Yeah.
And this has it. It has that kind of dank nectar something,
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, the mouth feels so different.
Yeah. And what would you pair with this? Would a cheeseburger work with this one?
I don't think so.
See, now I'm thinking spicy.
Thinking like carne asada fries. That's kind of what I want right now.
Yeah.
They're not really spicy enough, but not really spicy at all. But something like that is kind of what I'm craving when I drink this beer. That or a Twinkie. I don't know. I don't think I've ever craved a Twinkie in my life, but
No?
I don't think I've ever craved one. I've had them.
Yeah.
I've had several of them as a kid, but I can't say that.
The only time I think about Twinkies is when I see them at the store, and I go, "Oh, Twinkie! Yeah, I want one of those." But I don't, walk around the house going, "Damn,
I wish I had a Twinkie." This little devil shit won't do.
Now, Oreos, there's been times where I go to the pantry and I'm like, why don't we have any Oreos?